Hey, Gary here. The really cool thing for me about Amazon KDP is finding a really cool niche and then finding the tools and then combining all that with a little imagination to create something like this little monster here that is telling you to draw his bottom. So what does this start, or where does this start? It starts with Amazon research. You look at books and you see a book, How to Draw for Kids Using Grids. Then you simply just look inside of this book and you see how simple this is. You need a grid, and then you need some images to instruct kids on what to focus on and how to make these drawings. And then you just make the interiors or the pages and you show the kids what to do. And it's a simple PDF like I've created here with a little monster saying, draw my bottom. There's other examples here on Amazon. Of course, when you're doing your research, look at all the different styles and the different ways that they're putting this together. But again, it's simplicity. It's focused in on a certain level of artist or a kid and a level that they can actually draw at. And then it gives them instructions and tips, and then it provides simple pages with images and grids for them to actually practice. It solves two purposes in my opinion. It is attracting, of course, the people that are buying the book, the adults, the parents, the grandparents, the friends, the aunts, the uncles that are buying these books and seeing and thinking how cute they are, and then creating an interior that delivers on the promise of how to do the thing that the book said it could do. In this case, how to draw with these grids and these simple images, but also giving the kids something fun, even if they don't want to draw, that they could still color and doodle and whatever they want to do inside of the book when the person that buys it for them gives it to them. And then both people that got the book are happy, the book that we created. So go back to this drawing with this monster. Of course, I just got this PNG monster, and then I created this sheet. This sheet was created in a tool called How to Draw Books Generator. It's an app, and essentially what it does is it allows you to import images. You simply upload images here. You can see this is a PNG image, and then it has the ability to make the grid. The grid is made by simply clicking this button. It imports the canvas, and then you open the settings. Then you have the settings here to change the elements of the grid. You can change the number of rows. I'll go ahead and change this 5 to 4, and then you can see that it changes. It also has the indices here that you can show, which are the A, B, C, and the 1, 2, 3. You can show those and update that element, and you'll see they come back. And then you can also click this flip switch, update the element, and now you can see the numbers are here and the letters are on the left side. The text element here is simply done by clicking and adding the text element right there. And of course, if you don't want that text element, you just delete it. And all that is done here. There's also inside of this tool the ability to hit clone page. So if you want to clone this page, you simply hit clone and it would clone the page. There's also a bulk clone option where you can simply clone it, or you can image in the grid clone, or you can image in the grid clone with blank grids. These are different options. These are also different options you have to buy when you buy this tool. There's a link in the description. You can check that out. But the idea here is that this tool is designed for you to do things like add additional images. So in this case, if I wanted to add some additional images like this monkey and this cow, I would simply open that. It would add that cow in, and then I would open it again and add this monkey's face. And then what this is going to do is when I hit apply, and there's some grouping and sorting options here, but very simplistically, when I hit apply, it's going to bulk clone. Then you can see what happens is it bulk cloned the cow and then the monkey. Now the monkey wasn't supposed to be there, so you can go ahead and remove that image, and then what you would do is you would make a copy of the cow, and then you would drag the cow and add the cow into that image. Seems like there was a glitch there in what I did inside of the bulk clone, but of course that is one of the things. There are tons of images here, tons of ways to actually do that. So clone the page as is and provide inputs for the images cloning image in grid components. So that's what it did. It added the monkey into the grid. So, but the idea here is this tool has these cloning features for you to continue on. And in this case, you would click here and you would open the settings, and then you would go in and you would actually change, and you would show the images that you want to show, or allow the kids what they want to show by either showing the indices and showing those. You could also change the level of the grid, the secondary grid. For example, if you go to 1, you're going to see that that grid is going to change. And if you really wanted to get complex, you could make it multiple little individual grid elements in there to really get very intricate on what it is the kids are drawing or give them instructions. It's all up to you inside that tool. And that's a powerful part of this tool. But also there is a tool inside of puzzle publishers. And again, this is the beauty of when you're doing research, not just on the Amazon niche itself, but the tools that will do this for you. So here you can see I've loaded this image of the monster into this grid. It's the same concept here. You basically change the grid size and it changes on the fly in this tool. You don't have to hit any kind of update. Then you can click random hide and it will randomly hide blocks for you. So you can select the blocks and then you can reset that. And one of the great things about this tool and its ability and the ease of use here is you can actually just click the blocks that you want to hide to create something very, very different than in the case of when you edit this element or using this tool. And again, we're looking at the options, just like the options that you create when you create a new book or you create different styles of books and you're competing against the other books that are on Amazon. Check this out. When you clip the image, you can say no clipping and update that and it'll reset it. But then you have the options here to show left and then it's just going to show the left, or you can show the right and it'll just show the right. And you can show the top left, but in this case, this doesn't have the power or the ability inside of puzzle publishers, Finish the Image, to do the same type thing where you can reset that. And again, with a simple click, you can hide different elements and make a completely different or more challenging puzzle or how to draw instruction book to draw different elements to maybe just to focus in on the eyes or the top of the head and just reset that. Then you have the ability to download that as a PNG. Then you can simply take that into Canva and you can see here is the PNG image. And then what I've done inside of Canva is just created the indices like you saw in How to Draw Books Generator. Now I'm taking the puzzle publisher image and I'm editing that inside of Canva. Of course, inside of Canva, if you were to look at this image and I was just to reverse engineer what I did here, if you look at this, I've just locked this image. I've created a square here. Let me get this out of the way. I've created this square and then this image, and then I'll ungroup them. And you'll see here that all I've done once I ungroup them is I've grabbed a grid. So I went to elements. I grabbed a square grid as you see here, and then I simply just dropped my monster in there, and then I created a square, and then I just dropped the square in there. And now I'm essentially doing the same thing inside of Canva, but I don't have the ability like I have here inside of puzzle publishers. Again, this is just one of the tools inside of the pro software inside of puzzle publishers, where I simply just reset the image, and then I just select the elements that I want to hide. And I don't have to do anything other than just select the elements and then simply click download PNG. And then when I open that PNG up, you can see that I have that image that I can then take back over into Canva, simply upload into Canva, upload that file. That file uploads. I simply duplicate that page or click add a new page. I have a blank page now, and then I'm working with that image right inside of Canva. Again, the same thing back inside of How to Draw Books. If I was to go to Canva or go to the canvas and then simply add a new page and have a blank page, here it's going to add the canvas, and you see it gives me the grid, it gives me the image. All I simply do is remove that image like I did earlier, and then I go back to my uploads and I upload that image of that monster, and I put him in there, and then I simply just go open settings. And then when I do that, I have all the options here to change the grid. But again, it doesn't have the function that Puzzle Publishers has in Finish the Image, where I can just select what I want gone. It only has the clipping options that you see here, but it does have the power of setting or changing the settings of the grid. And of course, when I want to download this, I can download this as PNG, JPEG, PDF, or a PowerPoint file, depending on the level and the options that I purchased inside of the book or inside of the software to create the book. Of course, this software is created or designed with the idea of you're creating the interior. everything you need right here inside of this tool. But all it really has is the ability to make the canvas and the text drawings. If you wanted to go back and you wanted to do the things like they're doing here, you would still need some type of editor, whether you're using puzzle publishers or whether you're using How to Draw Books Generator. You would need to add in these arrows and these circles. You would have to do that in Canva or some other type of editing software. But the grids themselves, to make like you see here, could be done inside of Canva, as well as puzzle publishers, as well as How to Draw Books Generator. At the end of the day, it's just like doing niche research. When you're researching the tool that you need, when you find the niche and you want to compete in it, you simply go out, you find the tools, you see which tool works best for you, the one that makes your life easier to create that book, and then you start creating, and then you start publishing. If you have any questions about any of the tools or any of the books that I showed you, go ahead and ask them in the comments. I really love this entire aspect of KDP and publishing, and not just KDP. You could sell these on Etsy or as printables, but the idea here is doing the research and thinking about creating that book that you could sell that people are really going to enjoy in this niche of how to draw. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.